What's up YouTube? This is GrayMan47 coming at you with another gun review. I'm going to be bringing you one of my favorite firearms from my collection, and that is a pistol caliber carbine by CZ. It's a CZ Scorpion EVO 3S1, and this pistol, like I said, is one of my favorite. It is a blast to shoot at the range. It's just an all-around fun gun to own for a number of different reasons, which I'm going to get into as we go through the video. But I'm going to take a look at this gun in more detail and just kind of show you what I did to the gun to make it unique for myself and make it fit for myself. I'll talk about all the things that I'm going to run on it. So, and that's one of the things that makes this gun just so great, is the fact that there are a ton of aftermarket products out there for this gun, and so it's easy to add things to it, change things to it, take things that are stock and put an aftermarket part here or there that just really increases the potential of this gun. One of the other things that I love about this gun is the fact that you can take such a small package with you wherever you go with a lot of firepower. So a lot of range time as you go on the move and you want to take a firearm with you and conceal it, like in a backpack for example. You can do that very easily with this gun. So what I typically do is, if you notice here, I'm going to fold this brace over, and I'll talk about the brace a little bit more in detail as we go. But if you fold this brace over, look how small this package becomes. If you take the magazine out, even smaller. But what I do when I carry this, or I take this with me, I take it in a backpack, and I usually carry this backpack right here, which is a 511 Rush 24. Which I'll probably do a full review on this backpack a little bit later. It's a great backpack. But if you notice, with the magazine inside, I can easily store that right inside my backpack. Okay, and because most of the construction of this particular gun is polymer, it's not super heavy. So when I'm carrying a backpack, it's very light. It's very manageable. So not too heavy. But here we go. Fits right inside of the main compartment of this 511 backpack. So that makes this gun a winner in my book. So I'm going to talk to you, like I said, about a little bit more about the gun itself and what I did to the gun to make it work for me. So let's do it. Alright, so I'm going to kind of just go down the line on the different things that I did to this Scorpion. I'm going to actually start from the brace and then just kind of move across the gun over to the muzzle. So I'm going to start here with the brace. The brace that I selected to put on this gun is the SB Tactical brace. Really good brace in my opinion. Very sturdy. Most of the construction is polymer with the exception of a few areas. So where it attaches to the actual pistol, this piece right here is an actual metal piece, and as you go down the line, like right here in this area, it's made out of polymer, and then this cheek well area feels like polymer but with a rubber coating on it. Very sturdy, makes that cheek well a little bit more comfortable and easy to use. And then when you look down here at this part is kind of like a very thick rubberized material. And then all the way at the very end, you have your strap that allows you to strap that on as the brace opens up and wraps around your forearm. You just use a strap and it gives you a nice comfortable feel for stabilizing the weapon while you're shooting it one-handed. Right here is the button that you just depress to fold the stock, which again makes your package just that much smaller and easier to put into a backpack or whatever. or leave somewhere in your truck that's kind of easy to store. Very easy to use, very easy to deploy. I paid for this particular SB tactical brace $199 at my dealer, so basically 200 bucks. Sounds a little expensive, but I think it's really worth it, and is a must-have for this pistol. In order to get the most out of the Scorpion, I think you need to have at least a brace here, if not the actual stock. But just remember, if you choose to go the stock route, you're going to have to do the tax stamp for an SBR, small or short barrel rifle. So just keep that in mind if you decide to go the stock instead of a brace. All right. Another upgrade that I actually bought when I bought the pistol at my dealer was the grip. So as you see here, this is not the stock grip that came with it. This is actually a Magpul grip. And the reason that I chose to get an upgrade on the grip was, if you look here at the stock grip that comes with the Scorpion, if I set it right next to my other grip, my updated grip, you'll see that the angle is extremely sharp, and if you hold it, it was kind of uncomfortable. So I really did not like the grip that comes with it. It's probably my biggest complaint with the pistol out of the box, is that grip angle is so steep and it makes it uncomfortable to hold. And also this grip, if you look here, you can see that it doesn't have much texturing at all, which makes it pretty slippery. There's some type of serrations on the back strap, and then some also on the front strap, but nothing on each side of the grip, except for the CZ logo, which obviously doesn't provide any type of gripping. So it's pretty slippery, has a steep angle, and then I just think it is pretty ugly also. Aesthetically, it's not pleasing. So there are a few different reasons why I chose to upgrade to the Magpul grip. The Magpul grip does have some pretty aggressive texturing on both sides of the handle, as well as the rear strap and the front strap. They all have some pretty pronounced texturing on there, which makes it easy to grasp and easy to grip and hold on to the pistol as you fire it. And I just think it looks better altogether. And then that angle is much more of a natural feel compared to the stock handle that comes with the firearm. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I went out and got this when I bought the pistol right off the bat. These two things between the brace itself and the handle, easy no-brainers and must-haves in order to make this gun what it needs to be. And so when I purchased this, it was $25 when I bought it from my dealer. You can get it online, and you'll find it for around between $20 and $25 on average. There are a number of other grips that you could also get out there from other manufacturers as aftermarket grips for this particular gun. But like I said, I just chose the Magpul. I like Magpul products. I have Magpul grips on my AK. I have a Magpul grip on my AR. So I really enjoy their products. So to me, it was an easy sell to put one on the CZ Scorpion. All right, so the next thing that I actually upgraded on this CZ Scorpion is the safety lever. If you look at the gun on this side, on the left side, I still have the stock lever there on this particular side, only because I'm a right-handed shooter. And one of the reasons why I decided to change this out was because I had the same complaint a lot of people had. If you're a left-handed shooter, for example, on this gun, you'll notice that the lever has kind of like this little knob that sticks down, and when the pistol is in the fire position, that knob sticks down just enough so that it kind of digs into your trigger finger. So as you are working the trigger and you're firing this weapon, and the recoil is going back and forth, this knob is actually digging into your trigger finger, which after a while obviously is going to be very uncomfortable. But since I'm a right-handed shooter and this knob does not dig into my hand on the left side, I left it just so that I could still actuate the safety from this side if I needed to. But I actually changed it out to what's called a mini AK style lever. And as you notice, there's no knob that kind of sticks down, so it's not touching my trigger finger as I'm firing or as I grip the gun. and it's very easy to actuate. I just kind of like that style of safety, very easy to actuate. Plus, I think it just looks better too than the stock safety lever that they give to you right out of the box. So again, I left the stock on this on the left side just so in case I needed to actuate it, I still can for whatever reason if I couldn't get to the right side. So I kind of did that. Also, this actual piece here, this lever was $25 is what I paid for it as I ordered it. So there are a number of different aftermarket safety levers that you can order. So you just kind of pick what you like. They also had a regular AK style safety lever that looks exactly like this, but it's probably about this much longer and extends out to here. I thought that the Mini looked a little better and was, you know, kind of like that happy medium. So I opted to go with that one. So that's what I did with the lever. All right, so the next part that I want to kind of talk about is the trigger. The trigger is one of those items that I elected not to replace or not to upgrade with an aftermarket part, simply because when I was shooting the pistol, when I shoot it, it does not impede my shooting at all. It was comfortable for me. I'm not a trigger snob, so I just didn't feel the need to upgrade it. At some point, who knows, I might end up doing that later on down the road, but as of right now, I just left it stock. And the trigger that they give you out of the box is a polymer trigger. It has a curved face, where you can buy some aftermarket triggers that are a flat face, that are actually a metal, and they just kind of look better. And then in addition to that, you can buy the trigger spring as well to actually reduce the trigger weight. So right now, I think the trigger comes out of the box at, I think, an 8 or 9 pound trigger, whereas if you buy the spring, it'll reduce it to like a 4 or 5 pound trigger. So that could be significant to some people, but you know, like I said, for me, it just really wasn't. So I just left it as is. Also, if you move over toward the end of the trigger guard, you have your magazine release, which I also elected to keep stock. I know a lot of people had complaints about it. They didn't like it, whether it be aesthetics, whether it be the functionality of it, I'm not sure, but for me it worked and it looks fine, so I just left it as is. That's again one of those things that maybe at some point I'll end up upgrading just for the heck of it, but as far as right now is concerned, it works perfectly fine. If I use my trigger finger, I can just depress it and the magazine comes right out. Or I can use it like an AK paddle, and I can just use my thumb, depress it, and strip the mag out, which is the way that I prefer to do it anyways. Some of the trigger or the magazine release buttons that you can purchase are the AK style paddles that sit down like that, but again, not much of a difference for me, so I just left it as is and left it stock. Alright, so as far as the magazines are concerned, the magazines that came with my Scorpion when I bought it, it came with 2 of the 10 round magazines. Some of you guys might have bought the Scorpion and it came with 20 round mags, but mine came with 2 10 round mags, which is nice for just for the fact that it makes it a smaller package and a little bit more compact. But as far as I'm concerned, one of the big benefits of having a pistol caliber carbine is having those nice high capacity magazines like the 30 round mags here. These magazines are also made by, that I purchased, are also made by CZ, and they cost about $25 each. Good quality. They seem to be very durable from my experience with them so far. These particular ones are kind of smoked, so you can see they're not completely transparent, but they are smoked plastic, so you can still see the rounds in kind of like a tinted fashion. So pretty cool. They look good, and this is what they look like inside of the pistol itself with completely loaded. I also went out and got one of Magpul's aftermarket CZ mags as well, CZ Scorpion mags. And this one is cool because it's actually a 35 round magazine. So you get an additional 5 rounds with this magazine, and it's a little bit longer and looks pretty cool, I think. So I did go out and get that as well, and I believe that these magazines from Magpul are a little less expensive than the CZ magazines. I believe I paid like $21 or $22, so a couple of dollars cheaper for the Magpul magazines. And like I said, it's a 35 rounder. All right, the next few things that I'm going to talk about all are related to the rail system that is on the gun and things that are attached to the rail system. So I'm going to start with that top rail. As you can see, there's quite a bit of real estate on this on the top of the gun with the Picatinny rails, and there's some rails on both sides and also underneath that you can attach things to, which I'll get to here shortly. At the top, out of the box, the CZ Scorpion comes with iron sights, which is nice because those iron sights are really useful and they're sturdy as well. The rear sight has a few apertures that you can kind of change for your own liking, which is nice. And that rear sight also has serrations to reduce glare. The front sight is just a plain post, just a plain ordinary post sight, and it also has serrations on the front of it so that it reduces glare as well. So those sights are really nice. People really using iron sights a lot today? Not so much with the availability of good quality red dot optics, which I'm going to talk about the one that I chose, but they are good for backup. The optic that I chose, as you can see here, is the Sig Sauer Romeo 5, which for me has been a great optic. It's really, it's pretty small but big enough that you can see through that window well and pick up that red dot. The red dot has settings on the top of it that you can adjust the brightness of it. You can also adjust, you know, the windage and all of those things as well with this particular sight. So it's a really affordable sight. I paid $199 for, so $200 for this sight or this optic as well. Really good sight. Right now I have it on a flush mount, which gives it a lower profile. It makes it a little bit more compact, which I like, and it also semi-co-witnesses with the iron sights that come with the gun itself. It does also come with a riser to raise this up, and so it's easy to pick up with as you aim at certain objects. I myself just like the flush fit as well. I like that a little bit better. It works for me. And like I said, it makes the package itself a little bit more compact. Also, you notice on the rails, I do have rail colors, and I chose to go with the flat dark earth just to kind of give it a little bit of contrast, and I think it looks good. But that makes it very comfortable for me when I'm shooting the rifle or the pistol. The way that I grip it, I like kind of like that C-clamp grip, and so I have contact points at the bottom, side, and top. So those rail grips or those rail covers make it a little bit more comfortable. Because those of you that have shot firearms with Picatinny rails, you know they can be kind of sharp, and then after shooting for a while and over time it kind of digs into your hand. Well, this makes it quite a bit softer while you shoot. Alright, so the last couple of items that I have mounted on rails are, I have a light system on the rail here, on the side rail, and the light system that I selected is the Olight PL Pro, which is a really nice light. I like it. I love it actually for a number of reasons. One is that Olight does a really good job with making lights in general, but they also do a good job with making lights that are USB rechargeable. And as you can see down here at the bottom of this light, that's where the little magnet charger attaches, and then it attaches into your wall outlet just like a phone, into a little block USB, and you can charge it. So you don't have to worry about batteries and all of that. So I really like that part of the Olight, a lot of the Olights. At lowest setting, this, and I might do a review just on this light, but just to give you a brief background on this light. At the lowest setting, the light is 300 lumens, but at its max setting is 1500 lumens. So quite a bright light, very bright. It's a quick detach. All you do is pull this lever, take it right off the rail. You can put it right back on the same way. So it's a quick detach and attach mechanism that makes it really easy to utilize. So I actually put it on the left side because it works perfectly well with my grip. So when I'm gripping the gun, again, I like that C-clamp grip. And if you look here, you can see how my left finger, index finger, kind of like touches right at the light. If I want to activate or actuate this light, all I do is lift up just a tad bit and that light goes straight on. Okay, so that makes the use of the light very easy for me. So I really like the light for that reason as well. I like the way that the controls are set up on the O lights. So it has a steady on if you just hold it, and it goes off when you release. If you want it to stay on, you just click it one time and it stays on. And then it also has the option for strobe. If you hit both at the same time, you get your strobe light. So again, this is a really good light. It's the Olight PL Pro. All right, and I paid $139 on Amazon for this light. So you can get it on Amazon. You can get it on you know, Gun Broker or a whole host of other sites. Really good light. The last thing that I have mounted is a laser. And to be honest with you, I don't even remember what the name brand of this laser is, but I think I paid like $35 for this laser at one time. Really easy laser to attach to the Picatinny rail. And the only reason that I have this is it's a last ditch effort aiming mechanism. So if I can't, for some reason, if I can't utilize my red dot or even my iron sights because of the position that I'm in, like for example, if I'm stuck in a position like this where I can't shoulder and use these two optic systems, I can at the last second reach down and turn on my red dot laser, and then I can aim and point and shoot. So that's the only reason I purchased that laser. So it's like a last ditch effort tertiary optic system or aiming system. All right. And then the last thing on the gun that I'm going to talk about is the muzzle area. The muzzle device that comes in stock, I just left that on. There are a host of other options that people use or have ordered aftermarket products that look better, that function better. But for me, I just left it stock. You can also suppress this weapon if you choose to. That barrel is ready to be suppressed. So you could also do that if you choose to as well. All right, guys. I want to thank you guys for riding with me again on this one. I'm going to be bringing quite a bit of content to you here soon on a lot of different things that I own, a lot of different things that I shoot. I'm going to give you some more insight on my collection. So if you liked today's content, please hit the like button and also subscribe if you want more content from me in the future. If you would like to see a video with the CZ Scorpion being broken down, filled, stripped, and cleaned, put it in the comments and I'll definitely do that video also. So again, hit the like button and subscribe, and if you ain't packing, you slacking. I'll see you when I see you.